it's funny because I read an article on Snow Road, right? And and part of the article says, I have yet to find out what this man's first name is. So I'm looking for something totally different right now, and I find his name right now.
Right now?
Yeah, is his name, and he was actually one of the first students. So I'm gonna write another small article on him. And he was one of the first students in the Las Cruces College, the first way before NMSU. He was one of the first to graduate from that, and he graduated in like 1894 in agriculture, and he bought 1,000 acres of land here. So crazy, and I'm like, dang it! I was gonna go back and change it, but I was like, no. So I'm just gonna make a statement for the record.
That is cool.
Yeah, of course. The AT's room. Hi. Happy New
Hey.
Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New
How are you?
Year.
Are you pretty good? How are you? Good.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Are you good?
Yes.
You survived?
I did.
2025?
You guys too?
Yeah.
I just stayed up.
I did too.
And then by about 12:15, oh, beautiful memes.
I don't think I got too big till late, but like this at my house, we're till like 2:30-ish.
Did you guys get together for New Year's? Like all of you?
No,
all
we
of you?
used to, but not anymore.
No.
No. I haven't done much since my son passed away,
Really?
because I was celebrating it with him. So
I get it. I get it. Whenever both my daughters moved out, I made at home just like, for
Yeah.
Christmas or anything like that. It's
It's
not the
different.
same, no?
Yeah, it's different. I got to spend Christmas with my son and all my grandkids, except for the one in Austin, but I FaceTimed with her and it's nice.
So do you have grandkids?
Oh, yes, I have 7 of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I do.
My oldest one lives in Austin. She's 22 or 23. Something like that.
Cool.
Hello, folks. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Thank you. How are you, Ms. Marion?
Good, thank you.
I'm good. I'm getting over a fall, but I'm good.
You heard anything?
Besides my pride and my neck and my back and my leg and my arm.
Oh, my
No. But also, someone's walking. My brother, we had a party at my house last night for the family for our Christmas. And Eddie had come home with. My brother in the van.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to direct him how to far back.
I was just gonna give it, you forgot to pick this up.
Oh, yeah, I do.
We have it.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
This is the newsletter that.
Do you get one of these?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
she-
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Anyway, picture for birds in my garden.
Thank you.
Wow.
You okay? Did you make it? Are you alive? Are you sprained?
I felt like I needed my lower back and then my head just started getting like,
Oh, I just said I went.
Could have gotten a concussion.
luckily I don't think they hit my head. But I think I trained up with flash.
Just the jolt,
Yeah.
I went ice skating yesterday, and I love ice skating. And then there's Little Doñana County Ring,
Uh-huh.
and by the fair, the fairgrounds.
I haven't gone.
Yeah, they're in the fairground. It's so cute. I love to ice skate, but I hate it. And one of those times I messed up, I feel like I have the tour. I feel like I'm okay here, but once I start to go up, I'm so we'll see what happens. But it's fun. Yeah.
No. I was now that you're saying that, we were watching YouTube videos about all these fails for the people doing dumb things. I'm thinking to myself, wow, people, I'm just kidding. Now I'm thinking I'm too old to do dumb things like that. Yeah. So why would I put myself in that situation and get hurt? You know, it's like so skiing. I can do the when there's someone that has like a walker because I've never ice skate before, so I was like, I think just because my kids were bugging me, you know, then I came back like, no, not my thing. Not my thing.
Merry New Year.
Happy New Year. When you get here, you slip in. I didn't see you. I didn't see you walk by.
I heard you were too busy talking. You're teaching inside. Yes. Skiing.
I thought I had
Skiing.
Oh,
10 in there.
I did it one time and it was fun, but I would never do it again. I couldn't stand it. That's TV. Everybody's getting by me. I would make a poor bouncer at a bar or something and be like,
So, here's our illustrious leaders. Love these old pictures.
were there a lot of people out there ice skating?
Yes.
Really? Was there room?
It got a little tight for a little bit, and then people just started to leave too. And I was like, oh, I can see some of these are East Coasters. Some of these people I've never seen before.
There. I think
Sorry.
Were you?
I think it's funny because most of them that don't know how to ice skate is like around the walls, you know, going back and forth. So I'm over here waiting in line, like, hurry up.
I was one of those jerks sitting around, and then they ate it. I'm like,
That's cool.
And is there a way you can get my agenda and stuff for tonight? I forgot.
Well, we only have the agenda. All we have is the agenda. We don't have anything else with it. I'll get it for you. We don't have any packets or nothing. There isn't any, the minutes, the only thing, do you want to see the draft minutes?
I'm good, thank you.
Eddie, can you grab me one too?
Oh, of course.
It's a short.
Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah.
So he doesn't get nominated for anything,
He's coming. Give him
he likes to make it.
Oh, he's down.
So the minutes were like almost verbatim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm actually using YouTube closed captions to transcribe for me. And then I just kind of have to go through it because some of the words doesn't understand. I've been doing that, I think, like the past 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 meetings.
Using AI.
I'm sorry?
You're using AI.
Yeah, I'm using AI. So if I miss a few of them weird spelling words, I probably didn't catch it.
All right, we're all here.
Except on YouTube, it picks up all the like 3 or 4 times. I don't talk like that. Then I listen to myself. I do talk like that. I added all those.
All right, I think we're ready to go. Looks like pretty close to 6. So we're commencing a meeting for the Planning, Zoning, and Historical Appropriateness Commission. And we're holding it in the regular meeting place at the town hall. It's Monday, January 5th at 6 o'clock. So we'll start the meeting with a pledge of allegiance. Join us.
It's to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Salazar, if you give a roll call on determination of quorum.
Commissioner Gallegos?
Present.
Commissioner Miller?
Present.
Commissioner Rosemary? Commissioner Alviar, sorry.
Present.
Commissioner Mulvihill?
Present.
And Commissioner Paz? Commissioner Lucero?
Here.
And Mr. Chair Walkinshaw.
Yes, here, present.
All right, Mr. Chair, you do have quorum.
Thank you. Now it's time for any changes or approval of the agenda. Do I have any comments on that? Yeah. Oh,
I do.
okay, please.
I wanted to look at, number 6, the election of the office. Has the Board of Trustees already approved them?
I'm sorry? The,
The election of the chair, vice chair, and secretary?
we do the elections here. We're the ones that,
No, I know
nominated.
that, but 2 of them had to get their,
Reapply.
to reapply. So I think they're supposed to.
yeah, they just, yeah, yeah, if they don't have anybody that, they just continue. If they're already in the commission and they wish to consider another term, they just take that into consideration as that position.
Well, I think it still has to go to the Board of Trustees for them to approve that.
Sometimes it have to be like.
They did that for me.
A certain amount of time.
Well, because you were new.
Instead of scrolling.
Was it? No, so the answer is no. The answer is that they didn't do, I didn't catch that where it would say that. Do you have somewhere where that
I
says?
was just looking it up again. I can't find it.
Yeah, if I would have, you would have asked me a little bit sooner, I could have asked some answers for you, but right now I don't. The answer is no. I know going on my 3rd year, the commissioners that wish to stay, to continue, they just continue to stay. They don't go through the process of the Board of Trustees. Yeah, but you were
No,
new.
like when I was new and then when the term, because I got in at a later time and I had this last go round last year, I had to request and it had to go in front of the board. Russell said it had to go in front of the board for them to approve me to stay on the board.
Yeah, I'm new to that. I didn't,
Commissioner, I believe that it's the discretion of the mayor to decide whether the commissioner stays on or
Okay, well, did we
or
hear
not.
from the mayor?
I don't think we go before the next level. I think it stays with the mayor.
Okay.
yeah, they do talk about it, but they don't have to like reapply. They just say,
Right? It's
Commissioner so-and-so
discretionary,
and so-and-so.
correct? It's up to the mayor to decide.
You did ask us to go ahead and put in a request if we wanted to continue,
Mhm.
and I think we all did that.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
I didn't
Exactly.
And I thought they had to be
Reapproved?
agreed upon by the Board of Trustees.
No, it's about discretion of the mayor.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't, like I said, I've never done that. I don't know if it's written anywhere in the code, but it is the discretion of the mayor.
To a point, but they still have to be
No.
No.
approved. I read that. I didn't bring my book.
Maybe, again, I don't know. I don't want to give you wrong information. Just all I know is the practice is discretion of the mayor. And if you're already in the commission and you wish to continue, you just submit a letter or some sort of notice that says wish to continue. And then we just continue. The Board of Trustees probably do discuss the terms were up and then they elected to re-enlist and then, but yeah, as far as like, they vote on it as an action consideration, stuff like that, I've never seen them do that. Maybe for a new commissioner, but either way, I mean, but it's up to the chair, it's up to the commission. If you wish to postpone it, we can postpone it to the next meeting to get better understanding. But again, I wish I would have known a little sooner. I could have answered those questions. But right now, I don't want to say I'm 100% sure. But it's not a practice that I've been practicing the last couple of times, 2-3 times that I've done the officers.
And I remember clearly the prior administration reading from the code book that it was totally the discretion of the mayor to seat the commission.
Correct. That I do know. It is,
And I'm assuming the mayor saw our
yeah.
if we wanted
I
to
talked to him
re-up.
before the meeting and I asked him some questions about, remember last time I asked a question or somebody asked a question as far as alternate how to like the year. And he said, no, he wishes to keep the commission. If they want to continue, he wishes to keep the commission as they are.
So
And again, it's up to the chair. I wish I could give you for sure. I don't like answering questions unless I know 100%. And I'm pretty certain that they don't have to, but again, I can't answer that question. This is for the change of approval agenda. We want to discuss it more. We can discuss it.
Accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, first motion made by Commissioner Miller, second motion made by Commissioner Gallegos. Any other discussion? Would you like me to take a vote, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
All right, Commissioner Gallegos? Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Alviar? Commissioner Mulvihill?
No.
And Commissioner, no, that's it. Mr. Chair, you do have 3 yeses and 1 no. Motion passes.
Now it's time for public input. Excuse me. Yeah, public input on any items on the agenda, which are pretty minor. Okay, we'll go ahead and go to item number 5, which is approval of the consent agenda, which is the December 15th minutes, approving the 15 minutes. Any comments on the minutes? I had a real slight one. I mentioned it to Eddie. Yeah. Well, I just had one comment that I shared with, it was the misspelling of my name on the
Again,
page. So
which other one? Oh, you already told me. Okay, I thought there was another one.
that's the only thing I found. You corrected it on the final. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Sometimes it's correct. My name is Rosemary is one. And sometimes it shows up as Rosemary, and then other times correct.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, when I do put your name, it is together, correct? Yeah, and then when I do check Google or Backward check, it fixes it. I gotta go back. I'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
all right. So we're ready for
Was there a motion?
approval. Motion?
A motion for approval of the agenda for December
The 15th.
15th agenda.
First motion by Commissioner Alviar, second motion by Commissioner Mulvihill. Commissioner Gallegos?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Alviar? Commissioner Mulvihill?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, motion passes 4-0.
Okay, very good. Now we're up to item number 6, which is action consideration for the commissioners' election for the chair, vice chair, and secretary positions. And so the format is, let's just start with the chair. We just need any nominations for the chair, and then if there's any other nominations, they need to come forth. So
I nominate Eric Walkinshaw to remain chair.
Do you accept, Mr. Chair?
Chair.
They said, do you accept?
yes, I do.
Anybody else? Any other nominations? Very good. All right. If there's any other nominations, we'll go ahead. We're just going to take the vote. I mean, it's just it's formality. There's nobody else, but so this is a yes or no for Mr. Walkinshaw, or Commissioner, or Mr. Chair Walkinshaw for a second term for his chair. Commissioner Gallegos?
Yes.
Yes. Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Alviar,
Yes.
and Commissioner Mulvihill.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, congratulations.
Oh.
Motion passes.
I might get it right eventually. Okay. The next position is vice chair, and I need some nominations for vice chair.
I nominate, Mr. Davis for vice chair.
Second.
Mr. Gallego. Any other nominations?
Sound like it?
Great. Okay. Again, we'll do the same thing, just for formality. Commissioner Gallego, do you accept your nomination as the vice chair?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Arvia, Commissioner Mulvihill.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, motion passes. Congratulations, Commissioner Gallego as vice chair.
Very good. Thank you. And the last one here is nominations for the secretary.
Can I ask a question about secretary? We had one before who was the secretary.
You were.
No, it wasn't. Because I'm the one. Oh, you're the secretary.
Typically, they will sign maybe in case there's a chair and the vice chair is not here, she will run the meeting. Or typically she will sign like maybe like a replat or some type of document, but that's about it. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Go ahead and, do you accept, Commissioner Miller? Okay. All right, Commissioner Gallegos?
Who was the second on that?
No, you don't need a vote. There's no second. There's just a nomination.
Sorry, okay, sorry.
No, no worries.
Yes.
All right, Commissioner Miller accepted. Commissioner Alviar? And Commissioner Mulvihill. Mr. Chair, motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes.
Put him for a race.
Okay, now we're on item number 7, which is discussion about the introduction of the historical preservation quarterly newsletter that's proposed.
Yes. All right, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, I'd like to invite Ms. Liana Aguirre up to the pulpit. And she's been working real hard on this. I think we're both very excited about this newsletter. Again, we mentioned before about, Mesilla is a lot more than just buildings, right? There's a story, there's a culture, and we're trying to tap into that. And hopefully with this newsletter, we can motivate a lot of our residents to get involved, to share their information, their stories, so we can hopefully make them last and educate people for here on forever, so introduce again.
Good evening, Commissioners. I have already given you all a copy of the newsletter. Very excited to present it. And this is just a very, very easygoing kind of starting to just chip the surface of the, and hopefully in the future, I will be going in depth a little bit more on the historic preservation process, on nomination process, what it means, what historic preservation really is, and what it entails. But this is really, as Mr. Salazar was saying, this is really to get the community thinking about history, getting to think about the town that we all live in, the historic preservation, and to slowly kind of get into depth and to encourage you and everybody in the town to really take on the responsibility that historic preservation brings to the town. I know it's new for a lot of the residents, since there hasn't been a historic preservationist. So a lot of, there's going to be things coming up. So this is, I want to throw in some humor. I want to throw in a little bit of easygoing articles, but I also want to bring in a little bit more seriousness, because we're at a time where historic preservation really, really matters. I don't know if I'm very familiar with the Historic Preservation Act, And one of the first kind of impetus for that act was in 1963, there was the huge demolition of Pennsylvania Station. I'm also a New Yorker, so a lot of that resonates with me. But in 1963, Penn Station was this glorious, almost like the Grand Central Terminal, if any of you have been to New York City, and built in 1910. And in only 50 years later, they wanted to demolish it. People kind of protested that, but because they wanted to build what is now Madison Square Garden, that came to a demise. And piece by piece, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the building, but because it was more economically sound, it became more of an event space, which in my mind, I think the Penn Station could have been an event space in its own. And that's what we're talking about here. We're definitely, this is in New York City, but it's highly relatable when we talk about a lot of these buildings and what they can bring to us. A lot of these historic properties can be event spaces, can be a new home to, not necessarily, a new home to somebody, but a new home to a community. And so that's what I would like to see. And one of the key phrases that I'm always thinking of is this adaptive reuse and how we can incorporate these historic buildings, but also keep the history and the heritage and the culture alive. And, creating this pride and this sense of place for us that I think is crucial to where we're going on, what's happening right now. A very interesting key fact that I found was that the architects of the Pennsylvania Station were also the architects for the East Wing of the White House. And we see what happened there.
Case in point.
Yes, so this case, yes, exactly, case in point. So I just urge you all, and I would love, if anybody would love to contribute to this article. This is an open-ended. I am not end all, see all. The utility clerk, Jacob Atwell, he was very excited. He's adding on to a column, and I'm welcoming anybody who would love to either comment. And as you can see in the back, just please anything. My feedback on everything there. I want it, and I'm sure the community wants it. We want to create a sense of identity in this town. What is Mesilla without our space and these beautiful buildings and the history, where it's a unique place. That's why people come here, and we want to maintain that. Otherwise, we won't know where we are. It's not that same. So that's just a kind of scratching the surface. But I would love, and I encourage you, please take more copies, give it to your neighbors. I'm trying to figure a way that we can actually get it mailed to everybody's home. I'm in the future, I would love to put out also a Spanish edition. So it's a work in progress, and I'm starting with this one back and forth page, but I would love to see it grow, and I'd love to see contributions and comments and letters to the editor. I'll receive them. And there is we created a historic preservation email just to respond in response to this. So it's just going to be historicpreservation@messianm.org. .gov. And there you can comment, or you can send me whatever you would like. So, and I encourage and urge you to please do so. Like the first article there is unity. It's the only way that we're going to make this happen and get things going. There's a lot of, my family did this, my family did that, my family's here. Tell me, but let's bring it all together. Because that's, we're in the same community, and it's not a very big community. I think last time I checked it was about 2,000 people. So it's a great way to kind of, we all share, we're under the same, standing on the same earth, under the same breath. So, but yeah, thank you. And I hope you enjoy it, but please, I receive your feedback with all.
Yeah, I have a couple questions.
Please.
It's specifically just preservation focus.
Mainly, no.
May grow into.
It will go. Yes, I'm going to touch on it, but I'm not trying to bore anybody. Although historic preservation to me is not, but I'm also trying to capture the reader. So I'm bringing a lot of historic factors, a lot of, but all tying it in to Mesilla and New Mexico, but mainly Mesilla, kind of gearing towards that. But we, trying to keep it exciting so that people want to read it and that people actually begin to feel this sense of looking back and reflection and saying this is really what it's about. So
Excellent. Yeah, that's good.
yeah. So any other questions or comments?
Kudos.
Thank you. Yeah, and people eat with their eyes first, so I had to make it look good.
Yeah.
But please, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah,
Paper
this
colors.
this is amazing. And all the stories that
Oh,
we are a part of, this is a narrative here in Mesilla, and to be able to express it this way, share, to remember that we are a community, I think that's very special.
Yeah, community is very important to me. Yeah.
Trying to figure out how we can distribute it, because mail is too expensive.
Post office.
Post office.
I have, thank you. Yes, I've actually, Jacob, when he went to the post office today, he had a conversation, and hopefully I'll be receiving an email. I was thinking about that too, but he's even thinking maybe the postmaster for Mesilla can maybe help us put it in the mailbox or something like that. So we're gonna see and that's very exciting to me. Yeah, without the cost. And for me, there's a lot of things I'm seeing with this. I work, I'm very much into community, and I'm hoping to extend to even the community foundation of Southern New Mexico, see how they can take part of this. It's really big. It's a big thing, and I'm working hand in hand with Caitlin Beasley, who is the historic preservationist with the city of Las Cruces. So together, a lot of these stories, what comes up for Mesilla, it's coming up Las Cruces. So we also have to work together on that. We are our own entity, but we have a neighboring, which together it was this kind of flourish and change happening. So
this is probably a stupid question, but I'm assuming it's going to be online too. Yeah.
yes.
In addition to distribution. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm also hoping to create a mailing list for those who would like to kind of subscribe. I'm working with Dorothy for a historic preservation section on our website so that I can upload these as they're released. That way we can have almost a catalog of them, and anybody who wants to read past catalogs or just go back to other resources or reference something or have questions that build upon the scale of the time.
Format where they can go ahead and tell their stories.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's really what I want to hear everybody's story. Like I said, good and bad, because it's not always good, but that feeds into the whole history of everything. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to having this happen. And just to make a quick note, after this man wrote and a man with the same name on the second page, I had not found Mr. Snow's name. 15 minutes before this meeting started, his name is Oscar Snow, and I'll be writing a follow-up article for him. But that's the way it works, right? So, but yeah. So I hope you enjoy it. And please share it. Please share it with everybody. Please take more copies. And if you need more, I will be putting a stack right. There'll be a stack here. Jacob will also be handing out some. And I will also put them at the post office in the meanwhile to see what can come out of that. So,
Excellent.
yeah. So.
Probably make a recommendation, maybe at the restaurants, and then at Shorty's as well.
Shorties, that's
Not
a good.
Shorty's anymore, but
Lucky you, Shorties.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you. Yes, I was thinking about that. Having to get kind of restaurant permission. So this is just but please, yes, all that feedback, I appreciate it. And if you all can help me in any of that, I would highly appreciate that. That would be fantastic. So,
Good idea.
but yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you all so much. Thank you very much.
Kevin? One other question on another
Please.
issue is, what's the status of the CLG? Did you get it in time? You wanted to do it right before.
I guess yes. I got it in before Christmas, which is great. So that for me was a gift to
Yes.
the town, but for myself too, and Eddie, the mayor. And she has received the packet, which is great, and she confirmed that, and it's under review. I'm sure there's a lot of things going on, but I'm very eagerly waiting to see.
You're thinking about, I think before I asked this question, you're thinking about 3 months, we might
That is the
Hear about it.
expected time.
Okay,
That's what they say, even in their code,
Yeah.
it has to be at maximum 3 months and hopefully anything before that, we should receive a response before that. See if maybe there's any additional information they may be needing, but hopefully not, so.
And while you're up there, I asked Eddie earlier today, is the grant money, does it all come from federal or can we get some from the state, given the situation in the federal government?
We absolutely can get some
Okay,
from the state. There's specific grants that are gearing towards, of course, it's application for grant, and I'm
Yeah.
frequently sending grants to the mayor. It's difficult because we don't have a grant writer, and we're working on that, I think. However, when there's money out there, I'm always thinking about, why the town maybe at some point can have a trust, that we can focus put our historic preservation funds in one place. And this can help for many things, and including repairs or home. But we'll get there. I think it's a process. It's
Very good.
a work in process.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Good
you.
job. All right, it's time for commissioner and staff comments before adjournment.
I'd like to add a little bit on what Ms. Liana was talking about, the historic preservation. We mentioned about restaurants and such. This is just the beginning. Obviously, your goals and your future that you're planning. We're planning for this to really take off. The risk to really be something that will benefit Mesilla, not just the buildings themselves, not just the stories, but the tourism. All that stuff that goes along the way. But it's a small part of the big picture that we're planning. COG is one of them. The local registry, we talked about that also as well. It's just a small part of the big project that we're working on. Eventually, maybe I was talking maybe because we like to get these newsletters, maybe at one point monthly. I don't know. If there is enough information and time to get to them. But maybe we can start advertising for businesses on there. There will be a help pay for the paper and such. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It's just something to kind of offset some of the expenses. So yeah, it's very interesting. People that come in for permits, sometimes they just want to come in and talk, and a lot of times as we're working with these permits, I keep hearing all these stories and I'm like, man, you need to, it's just very fascinating. Yes. They just fascinate me. So any of you that have been here in Mesilla for a long time, have family, relatives here, we would love to hear your stories too. You bring your family, pictures or documents. Obviously we'll take copies of them and return them, but we would like to recognize the families that build Mesilla as it is today. So anybody that's willing to volunteer and such, we're welcome all that. Along with that is we are being we're doing that out of the good of what people tell us. We're taking their word for it, right? There's a lot of times it's not. That's why I asked Ms. Liana to be careful a lot of times with some of the information, because some of my family, what we don't want is some kind of conflict between families, right? No, my grandfather it is, my grandfather that. This is just to help promote the history of Mesilla. It's something that we don't want to get into, and everything is based off of according to the family member, according to, of course, we're going to do some research as much as possible, but a lot of this information is not online. It's lost in a sense. So anyway, just kind of keep that in mind. The next thing I like to talk about, there was a comment by Commissioner Mobihill regarding the election. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. And just to add one thing, and very soon here, I also would like to begin nominations on local properties, for local historic properties. And I will go through what that means again. Of course, and I think one of the better ways is also put it through a newsletter so everyone can know, because anybody can do it. You can nominate your own property, you can nominate your neighbor's property. And according to the code that we've all we voted on and it passed, is that no consent, owner consent is not required. And this is very, for many reasons. Because if you gave owner consent, what do you think would happen? Not everybody, people would rather, one of the articles that I'm writing that are, the letter editor is, I would just want to sell my property and I don't care what happens to it. So when you come across owner consent, it means you're kind of giving them full play. They can say no, and most of the time they will say no, because at the end of the day, it's not the historic preservation that they're thinking of. And it's a fine line, but we want to make sure that it's historic preservation. That's what it's about. We want to save these properties because in the long run, it's a record of history. It's a record of our past. And so opening that door for owner consent is difficult. It's very much in the Historic Preservation Act. You are allowed to say no owner consent is required. But it's a great thing to be able to build our own local registry and to have our own sense of pride. So I just wanted to add that on. So just keep an eye out. And once again, if you're looking to nominate a local property, or I have applications, or I can send you one, and I'll make those public as well once a tab in our website is created for that. So we can also have that. So thank you again. Sorry.
Yeah, adding to that, remember, anytime there's a nomination for historic structure or building, in a sense, there is going to be a hearing. There is going to be notices posted and such. So if the owner of the structure or the property wants to oppose, obviously that would be the time where he would come to the meeting and address the commission. And maybe there's a hardship, maybe there's not. I don't know, but there is a process. It's not something that you just tag, you're it. So we will listen to obviously anybody that has any concerns with being nominated. All right. So going back again, there was this question about it's a very small section. Fortunately, I looked it up, and I would like to read some parts of it. I can read it all if you like, but it's at 18.06. What it is Planning and Zoning Appropriateness Commission, and it describes about what the powers of the commission is, the members, the notices, the terms, and those kinds of things. And they first create, the 18.6.10, it talks about the establishment, what's the whole purpose of having a commission. Then it goes into the 0.20, the membership, ex officio members, appointed, qualifications, terms, and also pay, which, it's on there. A says the Planning and Zoning Historical Appropriateness Commission shall consist of 5 members who shall be appointed by the mayor with the consent of the Board of Trustees. A member of the board trustee may be appointed as an ex officio, non-voting member of the commission. Now, keep in mind, this is when the Pzhac was first formed, from the beginning, first formed. So this is how it started. And as a mayor, with the advice of the consent of a board of trustees, shall appoint residents of the town of Mesilla to memberships on the Planning and Zoning and Historical Appropriateness Commission. On the first Planning, Zoning, and Historical Appropriateness Commission, a majority of the members shall be appointed for 1 year term, and the balance of the members shall be appointed for 2 years. Each subsequent term of the members of the Planning and Zoning and Historical Appropriateness Commission shall be for 2 years or less, in order to maintain the original staggering of the terms of the membership. A vacancy in the membership of the Planning and Zoning and Historical Appropriateness Commission shall be filled with the remainder unexpired term. So in a sense, I believe it was kind of what happened with Commissioner Mulvihill. She finished the term, what was there, and then whenever the beginning of the year, whenever she was chosen by the mayor and with the advice of the board of trustees, that's why she had to go back, thinking that she had to do it twice, right? She was finishing off her term, and then she had to go back for the official assignment assignment of the position. Then it says on D, right below, it says members may succeed themselves, right? So meaning, the commission, you can continue if you wish to continue. Notice of the appointment, each person appointed by the Planning and Zoning Historical Appropriateness Commission shall be given notice of her appointment by a certificate stating that he or she appointed as a member of the commission. And so it just goes by appointments. And those members, in case there's a removal process, there's actually a hearing that's got to occur in order to remove somebody at least 10 days prior to the hearing by the board of trustee. The member in question shall be given a written notice of specific grounds for which removal may be exercised and time, date, and place of the public hearing. Then it goes into the vacancy, appointment, and term. That's in case somebody gets removed. We're just following the process, correct? Is if a vacancy occurs on the Planning and Zoning Historical Appropriates Commission, the mayor, with the advice and consent of the board of trustees, shall appoint a qualified person to fill such vacancy for such remainder of an unexpired term. Right, so and that's where we continue with, maybe there was a misunderstanding, thinking that when your term is up, it creates a vacancy, and it really doesn't. What it does is just the vacancy is when somebody is removed or is no longer willing to volunteer. Any office vacated shall be filled by the election of the new officer who shall serve to the remainder of the unexpected. I think I read that already. And then it goes into meetings, place, quorums, voting, and that's already past the election or past the reassignment or the succeeding of the members that are already on the commission itself. I just wanted to read that. That's what I know. So anything else, any comment on that? Obviously, I'm all ears. But as far as we know, we did the voting process and the nominations correct. I don't have, other than that, I stand by for any questions or comments. No comments, nothing. All right, so whenever you're ready, Mr. Chair, we can adjourn. Yeah, typically the mayor says is if anybody has any objection, this meeting is going to be adjourned. Well, nobody says nothing. Thank you. And run away.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You have a good one. Happy New Year's again, and I hope you all the best of the upcoming year. Thank you.
The sweets on it.